What is up, you guys? It's Sam, and today I'm going to show you how to move our player. So last time we left off, and we were setting up the pretty much basis for our scene, and we're going to take a step back away from design and get on to moving our player, because if we keep on designing, that's going to take too long, and plus I have to take forever at things. So hopefully this tutorial will be quick and easy. So we're going to be able, what we want to do is be able to move our player left, down, or left, right, up, and be able to jump. Okay, so you're going to make a script, call it player controller. Before you can go to the object itself, go to add component, or you can go to component, add, and then just type in player controller, new script, C#, because we will be coding in C#. I don't do JavaScript anymore, and if you do Boolean, what's wrong with you? Like, no. Okay, we have a scripts folder just for tidying up. Let's prop that in there. You want to idealistically make folders for all your game objects and prefabs, that way things can get nice and neat. So anyway, yeah, let's get on right into this. I'm gonna scroll this up so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Right off the back, as of now, we're not gonna need this, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. And before we do any code, let's take a step back. What do we want to be able to do? We want to be able to move our player left, right, and the ability to jump. Well, basically, we want to be able to do that with player input. So if the player presses a certain key, or a key that you have selected in your input configure, then something's going to happen. So yeah, what we want to be able to do is, let's just set a couple things. Public float, how fast do we want them to go, speed. Okay, and then want another public float for how high do we want to jump. So height. Don't judge me if I spelled this wrong. I'm terrible at spelling. And then, just because I'm OCD, I like to have my brackets or braces under here. So we're gonna go if the player input dot get key code right arrow. So pretty much, if our player presses the right arrow, then we're going to transform dot translate. I like transform dot translate. I would do rigid body dot velocity, but if it's not jumping or anything the y-axis, I kind of suck at it. There might be a better, more easier way to do this, but you guys let me know, because I'm like terrible at this. Transform translate vector 3 dot right. And we're gonna times this by speed, and then yeah, let's add our semicolon, and that's pretty much all we're gonna do. And before we do any more code or anything, we're going to want to test this. So let's press Control S or save, and then put this back, and let me save it again just because I'm OCD. So, but yeah, if you're confused on why my script editor looks like this, that is Visual Studio's Community 2015, and I have the light, or no, the dark settings going on. So pretty much I'm gonna prop up a video with like a Vietnamese woman showing you how to get video studios working with Unity, because literally it's a little too complicated. It might not work the very first time. You might have to reinstall Unity in Visual Studios to get it to work properly, but hey, Okay, what we want to be able to do is see if this works. So let's press play. Our player object falls to the ground because it is a rigid body, so we want to be able to press right. Well, we press the right arrow and nothing's happening. Why? Because, and this is a big thing too, when we set the float for our speed, well, that's all cool and dandy, but this has no float value, so we're pretty much timing all of this by 0. Anything times the number is 0. So what we could do is set a base here, and we could do, well, before we even do that, we could, what you could do is go back to the inspector and assign a value. Well, that's cool, but any changes to this, and I would rather keep a little bit of a constant. Let's just say 5 or 5f, just so we don't have to make, right off the back, we don't have to make too many changes to our character. And then we're gonna go back, and then as you can see, did I not press save? Unity, don't play with my emotions like that, gosh. Control S, okay. I'm gonna click this, and this like better show up. Oh, anyway, we're gonna just press play. It should work. And alright, the fuck? Okay, Unity. Save all, do it again. Okay, well, you have to reset it. Be sure to do that. Either remove the component and add it back on, or just go here to this little gizmo grid thing, reset, and there we go. Oh crap, okay, that is not cool. We are going way too fast. So, okay, this is another thing too, before we go into moving any more directions. See how this is update? So this is pretty much every single frame. And the thing about this is we're not really building for anything specific, and I mean, it's not that you can't, it's just, you know, I don't really know how to. I don't want to tell you anything wrong, and you like try to go develop for like the Xbox One, and you're like, hi, that black guy, he lied to me. Yeah, well, anyway, just to keep things on a basis level, what we're going to do is make this fixed update. Literally, that's it. It's this goes base, and particularly when you're dealing with physics, you want to be. I don't really know how physicsy this is, but when we get into our jumping, definitely. And like I said, you can move. There are tons of ways to move. You could like chord out transforms to the extreme, but I'm not going to do that. Or you could do rigid body dot velocity, or rigid body, in this case, rigid body 2D dot velocity. But like I said, when it comes to the x-axis, I am kind of like stomped on how to get my player to stop moving, so that's why I didn't do that. I just stuck with transform dot, would translate vector 3 and then go on one about there, because that works for me. But like I said, feel free to leave comments, let me know publicly, like shame me. I'm totally cool. I'm here to learn too. I'm just sharing with you kind of just something for all you people that lost. And then what we're also going to do is we did the fix update to smooth things out a bit, but just to be safe on the safe side, and we're going to do vector 3 dot right times speed times time dot delta time. That's going to be, yeah, we could do like fixed delta time, but I mean, hey, you know, if you're that OCD, if you're just, I mean, it's probably a better coding practice, but I'm just gonna stick with delta time. Well, hey, now I'm using fixed update. I might as well keep it the same. Fixed update. Fixed update. Let me just go back. This is terrible, because I want to be sure I'm typing in the right thing. Okay, fixed delta time, and that's gonna make this all based on doing here. So hopefully that smooths out a bit. We're going to keep everything 5, and okay, let's go back. Yeah, and you see things are working smooth. We try to go to the left, we can't. We try to go up, we can't, but we're just moving along happy as daisy. So yeah, if you don't like that speed, you can change it. I'm good with 5, so I'm going to change it. Let me delete this, because no, it's just one collider for now. I don't know why this tutorial's been kind of a well, pretty much we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be doing the if conditional movement for our left arrow, and even when we jump. So what you could do, if you want to, you could like copy and paste this, but that's not really good practices, because I mean, you're already sorry, my voice, I literally just woke up. If you follow my mouse and look what time it is, I was supposed to do this like 2 hours ago, but I'm kind of like old, so my body's like, 2 more hours of sleep. But yeah, anyway, you could copy and paste all of this, but hey, I'm just gonna type it out, because it's not like I know all this stuff on the back of my head anyway, and if you're watching this tutorial, you probably don't either. And I mean, if you do, hey, you know, use it or lose it. So, oh, dang it, sorry, we're gonna do left arrow, and literally it's gonna be the same principle, same thing. So transform dot translate. And if you're seeing me jump from like S to M and transform, I'm pretty much just, when the IDE suggests words or types or variables or methods or anything, I'm pretty much pressing enter, fix it. Monodevelop does that as well. So yeah, and literally if you're that lost, just type exactly what you see, and that's why I've kind of like zoomed things in, and I can go crazy with it. But hey, there will be plenty of time for you to like stop. You could just pause the video, do whatever. What the crap? Oh, okay, I'm just pressing Control Shift or Control 9 to get out my parentheses. That obviously doesn't work. Vector 3, not 6. Vector 3 dot left times speed times time dot delta time. Let's keep things consistent, you know. Fixed delta time. Sorry, fixed delta time. Yeah, we fixed that. So that's pretty much the exact same thing, just in the other direction. So let's test it. Save first and test. I'm going to reset this so it doesn't have a malfunction, and then, I mean, you shouldn't have to. I think it was only with our public values, but you shouldn't have to. So, oh wait, I'm pressing A and D. We haven't even got that far yet. So let's go here. Yeah, and let's go to the left, and yeah. And as you can see, you can't see in the game, but in the scene view, our player is falling down to an infinite death. So let's stop that, and we're gonna fix the camera and player in level bounds in another tutorial, because I yet to figure out the player bounds, but the camera. Oh my gosh, I should just use the camera. I didn't even drag this. I told you guys to drag that in. I didn't even drag that in. I should use the camera 2D follower script that comes with Unity, but I mean, yeah. Okay, what did I just do? Oh, okay, well, here, before we go on the jumping, there's also, if you don't want these keys, literally replace them with anything that you want, or you could add other keys to also work alongside this. So you could do, straight lines, and that's gonna be, I don't really know the technical name for this, but I think, like, it should be on my keyboard, it's the button right above the shift button, and right next to the enter key, and it's below the brackets and the straight braces or whatever, the curly braces and the brackets, and it's like 2 buttons over from the semicolon button. So yeah, and what you're gonna do is press that twice. So just shift, press twice, and you're gonna do input dot get key code dot whatever button you want, but this is right, so I'm gonna do D key, just, you know, because I'm cool like that. And then yeah, this isn't right. Oh, we have to get rid of that here, and then yeah, make sure you have, it looks exactly like this. So you have, if I can select my parentheses, god dang it. Well, you have one here, one forward, ending, but it doesn't close off, and then you have like this, and wait, is this even right? Oh gosh. Press Control S. Oh, here, let's run it. You can debug. Oh, I need an extra. I'm so stupid. Okay, let me stop this. Dang it, stop. Listen to me. That should be right. Just make sure the amount of forward parentheses match the amount of back parentheses, so that's always fun. Let's test that first before we even do anything with the left, so. Okay, I'm pressing right arrow, I'm pressing D, the same things happen. I can hold them down at the same time. I made it pretty stupid, but it happens. And I want to be able to do the same thing with A, so, yeah. Literally the same thing. Like I said, you could, oh crap, like I said, you could copy and paste this, but hey, I don't know any of this stuff by heart, so I'm going to be typing out the old-fashioned way. I'm gonna do 1, 2, and then match that up with the now, and yay, and that's gonna work. So why even go back and test it? But the thing about writing code like this and good coding practices, or at least what I'm being taught in my like intro programming classes, is that we're gonna be able to write code and then reuse it. So yeah, I told you all that hoopla about not copying and pasting, but hey, it's okay, especially when this tutorial is gonna be like 11,000 years. So I'm gonna copy and paste this. We're going to delete all this nonsense here, and then we're gonna do this. So pretty much this is gonna be our ability to jump. So we're gonna be using the same premise, but we're gonna be using the rigid body 2D component. So what we're gonna do is go like, hey, if input dot get key code dot up arrow, and then we're gonna go down, and then like I said, we're not using, wait, let me fix that, another set of parentheses. Make sure your forward parentheses match your back parentheses, and Unity will tell you this in some like weird technical Swedish jargon, but hey, it tells you. So what we're gonna do is we're not gonna be using transform.translate vector 3.up, because I don't like what it does there. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna use our rigid body.velocity. So what we could do, we could go back in our start and say, before we even do that, let me show you. I'm gonna go get component, and we're gonna use these little, I think they're not, it's not ampersand, but it's these little, like the greater and less than, whatever those things are called. You're gonna use that, and between those, you're gonna do rigidbody.2D. You see how it pops up, rigidbody.2D, and it's a physics component. So that would make sense to use it in fix update, and with all this transform stuff, and yeah, so let's just keep it that way. And be sure to put a set of parentheses, and then you're gonna do equals, dot velocity. So our rigid body's dot velocity equals vector 3, and we're gonna do literally 0. No, let's do, it makes sense to do a vector 2. So we're gonna do our x-axis, we're gonna do 0. So 0f, and then we're gonna do height. So yeah, and we're gonna run into the same problem that we did. So I'm just gonna for speed. So I'm just gonna put in 5f again. See what happens. So yeah. Let's go here. Player controller. Don't you BS me. I know I did those. Yeah. So yeah, let's press our up arrow. Okay, we have two problems. One, we hold this and they infinitely just go up. So I'm going to show you how to at least make something where it's a little more snappy. So we're going to do get key down. So we press this and it helps, but if we just kept on tapping this, it's like trying to make love to the heavens. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to increase the jump height a bit, but I'm going to do it in the inspector actually, like a normal person. But let me do that now before I forget, because me doing multiple things at once does not really usually work. So let's go to like, what? No, it's not even 8.5, I guess. I don't know. Let's go here. So we want to be able to jump, but only if our player is on the ground or jumping off of other objects. So, and only be able to jump once until they reset. This condition of them being on the ground on an object resets again, allows them to jump. So what we're gonna do is set a, just so we can see, we're gonna set a public bool, and it's gonna be called grounded. And yeah, let's set it equal to false, just off the back. I mean, it should be true technically, but hey, we're dropping our character. Our character starts off in the air and then falls down. So yeah, and we're gonna be if grounded equals true, then we want to be able to do all this fanciness stuff. So get component dot. So another way to define this, or we could copy this and we could go in our start function and define this off the back, and that would look a lot more snappier. So what we're gonna do is void start and go this. So but we're gonna want to define like a public or a rigid body. So we can do public. No, we don't even want that public. I'm gonna keep this private. Pretty much in Unity, or as long as I know what the kind of things that go undefined variables are, or undefined variable types are generally left private. So if I was to do rigid body to the rigid RB, then that would be a private and you wouldn't be able to see it. So we're gonna just keep it private. I don't know, because maybe you get a job one day and are just like, what the crap are you doing, dude? So we're gonna do RB equals get rigid body dot 2D component, and then you can replace this with RB, and then it's gonna be rigid body dot velocity equals all this stuff, and it should work. So yay, we're doing things. So yeah, and I mean, you could do comments and just say, hey, sets rigid body component to RB, and hey, it's pretty much that's kind of remedial. I don't mean to insult you guys, but hey, you want to generally be able to comment and make easier code. Literally, because if a redneck or someone who wasn't that good at code got a coding degree was like, I'm gonna go work someplace, you kind of get, and technically you could go back and comment all this, but I'll leave that to you, personal preference. I'm not gonna kill you with this stuff. But yeah, like I was saying, okay, we set a boolean. If that boolean is true, then we're gonna be able to jump. But if it's not, then you won't be able to jump. But how are we going to be able to check that based on the code that we have and the conditions that are going on in our game? Well, we're not going to be able to. And if you can see, we see grounded pops up and it's false, and we can check it and uncheck it. So before you do anything, so ideally when we start off, we want, when we're falling in the air, that's going to be untrue. And then what we want to do is when we hit the ground, it's going to check automatically without me having to do that. So see, like we try to jump, we can't. You go back, check this, we can, and we keep can, and we keep can. We want to be able to switch seamlessly, like I said. So we're gonna do. Let me zoom out just a bit to make sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. I just had to make sure. Doing the right curly braces. We want to be able to do a on trigger enter 2D. And pretty much we're gonna do collider 2D other. I don't know. You don't really have to define this with this right now. Well, I didn't, and it worked for me. It's probably bad, and if you're someone who actually knows what they're doing, and you see this, well, please let me know, because like I said, I'm not perfect, and this is just so I could learn something. So, yeah, you want to be able to go, hey, when our trigger collider hits this, then grounded equals true, and then, well, hey, what about when it exits? So we're going to literally have to do the same thing. You can do void on trigger exit 2D, and then you go collider 2D and other, even though you're not really going to need it, but hey, just so you know. Grounded equals false, and literally that is the cream of the crop. So yeah, let's test this. Well, first, this is all fine and dandy, but our collider here is not a trigger. So before we go setting this to trigger, what we're gonna do is make another rigid body or another box collider. The box collider 2D. Just go down there and set it to trigger. That's cool, dude. But let's edit this and make it a little more seamless. So yeah. Another thing is you're gonna have to want to set this to where the sides aren't really getting set, because I've noticed, like, I'll touch a game object or enemy from the side and be able to just jump, and I mean, idealistically, I don't want that. I know that they have that in some Mario games, but hey, this is the very first that we're remaking, and if you so choose to do whatever, hey, that's you, but I'm just gonna put this, like, down there. But anyway, so, hey, that's a trigger, and look, we're able to jump, we're able to move, and only jump once, and I don't like how, like, it's kind of like really just, I don't like that. And so yeah, collision, and basically you can change your angular drag and all that to suit your lighting, but that's pretty much it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Also with your jump functions, if I get anywhere, let me save this. Also with your jump, with your ability to jump, you could like do what we did and just copy paste this and then change that to and then so you're gonna have 3 statements. Well, I'm gonna have 3 different conditions. If the key code is pressed, or if the up arrow is pressed, or if the W key is pressed, or even, just because I'm fancy, or not fancy, but I like to make things complicated, we're gonna copy and paste again. Or if he, oh crap, I did not mean to. Or if this is kind of bad practices to like keep all this within certain, but hey, we're gonna keep all this on one line because, or if the space bar is pressed. And that's me. This should work. I have to set another curly. Okay, that should work. So, zoom out a bit. Make sure it looks like that. Preferably, I'm pretty sure you could make this differently spaced on one line, but hey, I'm just gonna keep it like this because I like to keep my if statements on one line because C#'s not the only program I'm coding in, and so yeah, I'm pretty sure there are ways for us to do it, but I'm not too sure of the way for this, and if I do know, I'm probably associating it with something else, so forgive me. But like I said, if you're in the comments and you know how to work this, then yeah. So this is a code as of yet, and we're gonna set that, and then gonna be able to do all this. So yeah, cool. Close this, and it should save, and it should have worked or not. So yeah, and we're gonna go back, and you can play with your height if you want to, and your angular drag, and how, yeah, I don't like how floaty it is. I'm gonna play with that. I press my W key, still works. Press my spacebar key, still works. So yeah, play around with the settings yourself. This is your game. I am not like a black object like trying to control you. It sounds so derogatory and racist. I'm sorry. I have like the most just out there sarcasm. But yeah, be sure to save your project, or save your scene and save your project and whatever. And hopefully next time we can go on to some coins and some mystery box prefabs. So thank you so much for watching. And sorry if this tutorial is too long. Just let me know. I just want to be able to get you guys where you need to go. So yeah, thanks. And bye, I think. Yeah.